Hello everyone, this is Dimitar from the RedmineUP support here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a plugin on Redmine 7 that is going to happen on Linux Ubuntu operating system 2604. So just for information, this is the Linux here, so it is confirmed that it is 2604 and yeah, it was released on April this year. We are currently in the middle of 2026, and it is going to be active for a lot of years because it is LTC, in other words, long-term support. Good. So about the Redmine 7, it is also the very latest Redmine, and it was released also a couple of months ago, and yeah, it is the very, very latest version. Good. So the very first thing that we need to do is to just download our plugin into the downloads folder. In the current example, we are going to use our checklists plugin from RedmineUp, but of course, you can actually use these steps and this guide for installing every Redmine plugin, not only ours from RedmineUp, but every other Redmine plugin could be successfully installed via following these steps. Okay, so if you wish also to just install some other plugin, you could access our site that is redmineup.com, and on plugins here you can find the checklists that is here, and also every other plugin that we have, Agile, Helpdesk, CRM, and so on. Please feel free to install them if you wish, and yeah, as I said, you can install every other plugin following this guide. Okay, so yeah, we have downloaded the plugin file. That is a zip file, and now we need to open our Linux terminal to start Redmine. In my case, it is located into this directory, but in your case, it could be something different. So please double check it. And also, I start my Redmine into this way. Also, this could differ in your situation. So you can use, for example, Bitnami Redmine virtual machine or just something else. But in my case, I start my Redmine in this way. Okay, so I have started my Redmine, and just to check if everything is fine, I go to my address of Redmine, which was currently down because Redmine was switched off, and now it automatically is up and running. Okay, so we have some already installed plugins now, and at the end of this video, we'll have the checklist plugin installed. Okay, so we have to open the terminal of Linux again, and sorry about that. Um, just go to the uh, download directory to check if the file is there. So yeah, it is there. Now we need to copy it to the Redmine plugins folder with the command sudo copy the file itself and then the path of Redmine and plugins folder. Okay. Good. So we need to change the directory now to Redmine to double check if the file is there. Okay, so it is there, and we can also check it in the file system by copying the path, aka directory. So yeah, we see the checklists file is here. Okay, so afterward you need to just unzip it via sudo unzip and then the file itself, the zip file. So we see these rows mean that it is successfully unzipped. So if we just list the files, we see that here is the checklist. It is successfully unzipped. And if we check it in the folder here, yeah, we see that, yeah, here it is. It is successfully unzipped. Okay, so now we no longer need this zip file because we have already unzipped the checklist. So we just remove it via sudo remove and the name of the file, the zip file. Okay, so if we list now, we see that it is gone, and here it is gone as well. Good. So the next commands are very important to be executed in the previous directory. So we do change directory point to just move one step back in the Redmine core folder. This is very important step because a lot of clients and Redmine users just make this mistake to continue execute the commands in the plugins folder, but these commands should be executed in the core Redmine folder. Okay, so the first one is about installing the needed gems. So sudo bundle install is going to work in our case. So we see that bundle complete, we have installed the needed gems. And the next one is the migration command. So it is just going to do the migration of the database tables. So it is going to be via the command sudo bundle exec rake redmine plugins. And now name that as Redmine checklists. And by the way, this name here is actually the name of the folder itself. And talking about this, I would like to recommend you to just check our guide here on RedmineUP.com, and here are the commands. So yeah, it is better to just copy paste them just to evade some mistakes. But of course, if you wish, there is no problem to write them letter by letter as I'm doing it now. It is up to you. But just keeping in mind that an option is just copy paste the commands from our article. Okay, so we return back and write the very last parameter, that is Rails and production. So this means that Redmine server is going to be a production one. Okay, so we click on enter now and see that the migrations are successfully executed and everything is fine on this mirror. Okay, and the very last thing is just to restart your Redmine. And as you have seen in my case, I'm running the Redmine in my terminal. So I just need to switch off, I mean to close this window of the terminal, and my Redmine is now down. So I need to start it again on the terminal. Okay, so we wait a couple of seconds to start, and good. We refresh our page and see that we have the checklist plugin installed successfully on Redmine 7.0.0 stable version. Yeah. Yeah, so this was the guide for installing the plugin or Redmine plugin on Redmine 7 and Ubuntu Linux 26.04. And yeah, if you have some problems or questions, please don't hesitate to contact our support team at support@redmineup.com. And if you wish and like this video, you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, share the video, and so on. And again, to say, these steps are absolutely the same for installing every other plugin of Redmine onto Redmine 7. Yeah, so please feel free to use this guide. And thank you very much for the patience of watching this video, and see you into the next one. Bye bye.